A lot of folks, when they come here, they come for the Old Stone Fort, which is kind of the focal point of our site. But we have 6 other historic buildings on site, and most of them are open to the public. So we have, starting from the back, our Dutch barn and our Hartman's Dorf house, which are 18th century constructions moved to the site at various times. And so you are able to go into the Hartman's Dorf house this year. Dutch barn needs a little renovation, but it's still beautiful building to see. And it's just kind of interesting architecture with that. We have our schoolhouse, our Oliver Schoolhouse from Summit area of the county, kind of showing what 19th century schoolhouse experience would be like. We have our Jackson Law Office, which you can also enter that one. We're refreshing that this year, touching up the exhibit space in there. Let's see. We have Laco Barn, which you can see the outside of. That's a 19th century barn. What am I missing?
Warner House.
Warner House. Warner House is cool because Warner House was the house that was, I guess, not originally not the building of the fort, but it was right across, originally built right across the fort from the fort. I'm not saying that well. You want to talk about Warner House here for a second?
Yeah, it was the original 1830s Greek Revival house that sat on the site of where the Badgley Annex building sits now, and was here on site until right around 1968, I think, when the society bought the property. And what they decided to do was move part of the original part of the house down the lane a little bit, and they added a carriage house to it for storage. And then in its place, they had money from William Badgley to build a new building. And so they built the Badgley Museum Annex right around 1972 to replace the Warner House that they moved just down the way, and eventually turned the Warner House into the Scribner exhibit, which houses early 20th century electronics that were mainly from the collection of Ed Scribner, who was in electronics his entire life. He was, I think, 98 when he passed away. He had done so many other projects, had always run the lighting and the sound system at the Cobleskill Fairgrounds, and was also part of the early street movies that they ran on Main Street here in Schoharie from 1917 up until about 1942. He was their lead projectionist for most of that time. And so Ed and his family has been around for generations, and he had been involved with an awful lot of stuff and very generously donated the bulk of his electronics collection to us probably 40 years ago.